In February 2021, an alarming incident unfolded at a water treatment plant in the small city of Oldsmar, Florida, which serves approximately 15,000 residents. A plant operator noticed something unusual on his computer screen. His mouse cursor was moving independently, seemingly controlled by an unseen force. Initially, the operator assumed it was a minor technical glitch. However, as the movement persisted, he quickly realized that someone was remotely accessing his computer. Acting on instinct and experience, he monitored the screen as a series of strange commands began to appear. It soon became clear that this was not a routine issue, but a cyber attack. Authorities later confirmed that a hacker had infiltrated the water treatment system and attempted to poison the city's water supply by increasing the levels of sodium hydroxide, commonly known as lye, to dangerous concentrations. Anonymous, the decentralized hacking group, has since reported on the incident, shedding light on how an external actor nearly compromised the safety of an entire community. While the hacker's identity remains unknown, the ease with which they accessed a critical infrastructure system has sparked widespread concern and discussions about cybersecurity in vital public services. The Oldsmar attack has become a focal point for discussions about vulnerabilities in essential infrastructure and serves as a wake-up call about the potential for harm when critical systems are left exposed to cyber threats. The attack unfolded in a manner that underscores the importance of vigilance among those who manage and operate essential public utilities. The hacker reportedly gained access to the Oldsmar water treatment plant's control system via a remote access software commonly used for troubleshooting and monitoring plant operations. The hacker seemingly exploited the water treatment plant's TeamViewer program to obtain remote access to the target computer, with network data corroborating the operator's account of mouse takeover. However, the sheriff had minimal additional information regarding the method by which the hacker infiltrated TeamViewer or obtained first access to the plant's network. He also offered no specifics regarding how the hacker infiltrated the operational technology network, which governs physical equipment in industrial control systems and is often isolated from the internet-connected networks. They stated that the city's forensic investigators, along with the FBI and Secret Service, are pursuing such answers, saying that they want answers, and it raises concern, as they are unaware of the location of the breach and the level of sophistication of the individuals involved. Security experts have consistently recommended the segregation of IT and OT networks to enhance security, as well as restricting or preferably eliminating all internet connections from operational technology systems. However, investigators acknowledged that the plant's OT systems were externally accessible, and all evidence indicates that the attacker accessed them over the internet. They stated that there is validity in the argument that vital infrastructure elements should remain unconnected. Investigators stated that the water treatment facility had removed TeamViewer following the incident, but he was unable to provide further details regarding additional security steps implemented to eliminate the intruder's access or avert future breaches. They stated that officials have advised all government entities in the broader Tampa Bay region to assess and revise their security measures for self-protection. Despite the rare nature of Oldsmar's public disclosure of a cyber-sabotage attempt on its water infrastructure, the attack it outlines is far from singular, asserts Leslie Carhart, a principal threat analyst at the industrial control system security firm Dragos. She asserts that she has witnessed first-hand incidents where even rudimentary hackers gain access to software applications that facilitate control of physical equipment, such as the TeamViewer remote access tool allegedly utilized in Oldsmar, or the human-machine interfaces that directly manage equipment, and begin to manipulate them. She notes that thousands of similar systems can be located on the internet using search engines such as Shodan. The complexity and safeguards inherent in industrial control systems frequently mitigate the potential devastating implications of hacker interference. Carhart references a similar incident, conducted by an insider rather than an external assailant, where a disgruntled consultant at a sewage treatment facility in the Australian Shire of Maroochy exploited his remote access to discharge millions of gallons of raw sewage into nearby parks and rivers. The investigators said that the attacker then increased the sodium hydroxide levels in the water, and at the concentration that it was changed to, sodium hydroxide, which is typically used in small amounts to control acidity and prevent pipe corrosion, would become toxic if consumed, causing severe health effects, such as burns and damage to the skin, eyes, and digestive tract. Fortunately, the quick-thinking plant operator noticed the unusual activity and immediately reversed the changes, averting a potential disaster. Local police and the FBI were notified, initiating a joint investigation. While the rapid response of the plant operator prevented any harm, the incident revealed significant security gaps within the water treatment system, specifically the vulnerabilities associated with remote access technologies. Many small utility plants, like the one in Oldsmar, rely on outdated technology or minimal security protocols, making them prime targets for cyber attacks. Anonymous's report on the attack emphasized the broader implications of this vulnerability, warning that cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure, such as water supplies, power grids, and healthcare systems, pose an increasing threat to public safety. The group pointed out that many utility plants, especially those serving small or rural communities, lack advanced cybersecurity defenses, making them easy targets for hackers with malicious intentions. In the wake of the Oldsmar water treatment plant attack, investigators have issued a stark warning. Cybercrime, particularly against critical infrastructure, is only going to increase in the coming years. As society becomes increasingly dependent on interconnected digital systems, the potential attack surfaces for cybercriminals expand. Cybersecurity experts and law enforcement officials agree that, unless substantial improvements are made to secure digital infrastructure, incidents like the one in Oldsmar could become far more frequent, with even more devastating consequences. Cybercrime has evolved rapidly in recent years, shifting from individual targeted attacks like identity theft or data breaches to sophisticated large-scale assaults on essential systems. Today, hackers have a wide array of tools at their disposal to exploit vulnerabilities in everything from healthcare networks to energy grids, and the motivations for such attacks have grown increasingly varied. While some cyber attacks are financially motivated, others are political, ideological, or simply intended to create chaos. The Oldsmar incident is a prime example of how a single attack on a small utility can have widespread repercussions, highlighting the urgent need to protect the infrastructure that underpins modern society. Investigators working on the Oldsmar case have pointed out that cybercrime is no longer limited to isolated individuals or small criminal groups. It now involves a range of actors, including state-sponsored hackers and well-organized cybercrime syndicates. These groups often have significant resources at their disposal, allowing them to conduct prolonged and sophisticated attacks that are difficult to detect and counteract. In fact, a recent report by cybersecurity firms indicates that attacks on critical infrastructure, such as water treatment facilities, power plants, and hospitals, have increased significantly in the past 5 years. Hackers are increasingly targeting these sectors, understanding that their disruption has the potential to cause widespread fear, public safety risks, and significant financial costs. One of the driving factors behind the rise in cybercrime is the rapid expansion of the Internet of Things, which includes any internet-connected device that transmits or receives data. As cities adopt smart technologies and critical infrastructure systems incorporate the Internet of Things to improve efficiency, the risk of cyber attacks also grows. Each device represents a potential entry point for hackers, and because many of these devices are installed with minimal security features, they are highly vulnerable to exploitation. In a critical infrastructure setting, like a water treatment plant, a hacked device could serve as a foothold for cybercriminals to infiltrate and control larger systems, as was the case in Oldsmar, where hackers gained access through a remote access program. As technology advances, the tools and tactics used by hackers are becoming more sophisticated. Techniques such as phishing, ransomware, and social engineering have proven highly effective, even in organizations with substantial cybersecurity resources. According to investigators, attackers are now using increasingly complex methods to bypass traditional security measures. Ransomware, for instance, has become a popular tool among cybercriminals, allowing them to lock down entire networks and demand payment in exchange for returning control. If ransomware were to be deployed against critical infrastructure like a water treatment facility, it could prevent operators from making essential adjustments, potentially endangering public health. In light of these developments, cybersecurity experts are urging businesses, government agencies, and utility providers to invest heavily in cybersecurity measures. Experts agree that as the threat landscape continues to evolve, simply installing antivirus software and firewalls is no longer sufficient. To protect against cybercrime, organizations need to adopt advanced, multi-layered defense strategies. This might include implementing artificial intelligence systems that detect and respond to unusual behavior in real time, setting up encrypted networks, and mandating multi-factor authentication for all remote access to critical systems. Investigators are also highlighting the importance of regulatory action to bolster cybersecurity standards across all critical infrastructure sectors. Currently, there are limited federal mandates for cybersecurity in many industries, leaving many utility providers and essential services with outdated or insufficient protections. Some experts are advocating for comprehensive legislation that would require utility companies and critical service providers to meet specific cybersecurity benchmarks, conduct regular audits, and report incidents promptly. Given the essential nature of these services, they argue that federal oversight is necessary to ensure that all providers prioritize cybersecurity, even if doing so requires substantial investment. Public awareness of cybercrime risks is another crucial factor. While incidents like the Oldsmar attack highlight the dangers posed by cybercrime, many people are still unaware of the full scope of these risks. Investigators believe that by educating the public on the importance of cybersecurity, as well as the role of individual responsibility, such as using secure passwords and enabling multi-factor authentication, the impact of future attacks can be reduced.